Hey, welcome to the channel. Trip Warriors episode number 4. My name is Kryptonite, aka Drip to Wealth, and I'm here with my two best friends in the space. Uncle Rick, how you doing today?
What up? What to do? What's cracking? And you know what, man? It's an honor to be your best friend.
Just know I say that to everybody. That's all. Just saying. Then we also have my second best friend in the space, Mike, the crypto Cuban.
What up, guys? Pleasure to be here. Absolutely thrilled to be on this episode number 4. It's been great journey so far. I want to remind everybody to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification. Make sure you guys get all the updates on every single video we come out with, because we got some heaters coming. We got some real good videos coming for the community. I want to make sure you guys catch them all.
Man, that's a great reminder, Mike. Absolutely do that. And Rick's going to send everybody 1 penny for every new sub. 1 whole penny. Anyway, guys, what do we have for them today? What about Drip? What do you want to go into today? What are we talking about?
Ooh, a lot of things going on with Drip. A lot of things. I mean, we've got DripX, we've got kitchen sink opening up for DripX, and we've got W Drip kind of just staying steady as a stable coin right now. We're on that 2-cent mark. It's looking pretty good, man. Looking very positive.
I think so. So let's jump into something we probably haven't talked about in some time. Let me see if I can pull something up for us here. Give me a second. What about this? Have you guys remember this one right here?
Whoa, that's
an oldie but goodie
right there.
Uncle Rick, you remember this one?
Indeed.
Good old Drip Poker.
Definitely.
What the heck is going on with Drip Poker? You heard anything recently?
You know, it's like one of those heart monitors you see at the end of like a TV show where you think someone's dying and it's like flatline, and then all of a sudden after everybody's crying, it's like beep, beep, and they're alive and everybody's celebrating. That is what's happening with this Drip Poker game right now, because for a long time there wasn't any updates. It was quiet. And you know what? In DeFi, a lot of people take that as it's done, it's over with, right? But these guys, they've been working. They've been taking all of our feedback. And I participated in some of the testing many months ago. And apparently we're getting closer to some kind of, I'm not going to say actual release, but information about the release in their chat room. And you can go check that out for yourselves, guys. The name of their chat is Bluff Test. The owner, the developer, he released a little bit of information over the weekend, and he was just talking about how, they spent a long time building this game for the Drip community, right? And first of all, anybody building for the Drip community automatically gets our love, and he didn't give away too much information. It was like a teaser, like a little bit of a trailer of what's to come, and so. They took all of our feedback. They're putting it all together. They're building a great app for the community, and who doesn't love poker, right? So keep your eyes out for these guys. This is the first update we've got about this app in quite some time, and I know I'm excited, and other poker enthusiasts are excited as well.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Just look at that, how beautiful that image of that card is, man. I want a real like IRL deck of cards with that back to it. Isn't that just beautiful?
That is sweet.
Really nicely done.
It is pretty slick. It is absolutely pretty slick.
Listen, it was fun doing the testing and stuff, and I know other people from the Drip community were a lot more involved than I was, and everybody had positive things to say. I mean, obviously it was constructive criticism to help clean up some things and make it the best app possible. But I think they're going to release a great poker app. It looks, from the sounds of it, it looks promising. So,
looking forward to it.
Do you think it'd be sometime this year, or they didn't even give you that type of level?
Months.
Oh, even sooner.
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on it for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did they have any hints around whether or not it will stay the OG Drip versus maybe Rap Drip?
I believe Rap Drip could be included in this. I've heard some whispers and stuff. I have not been able to confirm anything with the developer, so I'm not going to say it's official, But if I had to guess, if I was betting, I would bet that Rep Drip is involved. I think, like Mike says, it makes a lot of sense to have it involved in any app you're building. And their goal to continue to build for the drip community and to provide utility for a deflationary drip, like you have to love that, support it, and who doesn't love poker, right? Now, I say that,
Right.
I give that whole elevator pitch right there because once this game is out, I'm taking everybody's money. I'm taking all the rap drip.
Oh, that's a challenge accepted right there, man. We're going head to head on that one.
Yes.
Oh God. And I play maybe like a half a dozen times a year, and each time I have fun. I'm probably betting about 500 right now in poker. Yeah, it's fun.
There you go.
All right, so Drip Poker. I appreciate the update, Uncle Rick. What else we got going on for these guys? Let's see what else is happening. Let's see what else we got going on. What about minting?
Over a milli in the tax vault, and not just today, but for the past 5 days. Guys, why aren't more people talking about this? My mind is blown. Like the whole point of the whole mission of Drip was to fill up the tax vault. Now we have it filled up, and I feel like nobody is even like blinking an eye at it. I mean, that is impressive. Not only have we filled it up, it's been over a million for the past 5 days, guys. I mean, that is impressive.
That's
that is
almost
impressive.
unbelievable to be at a million, because we were looking at something. Was it over a week ago now where we were still minting over a 500,000, right? And all of a sudden we're plus 1.5, 1.6 if you include it all. That's impressive and counting. Like I would imagine that tax vault is going to continue to pull up with people kind of moving in and out of Rap Trip. Folks who've allowed their wallets to lay dormant for quite some time are probably going to come in and start claiming. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see.
Things are heating up.
I'm excited. What was that, Rick?
I said things are heating up in Drip.
Yeah, we're going to get to that later in the show, too. I wonder what the catalyst is behind Drip heating up. Yeah, but we got to stay here for a moment. 1 million in the Drip vault. Insane. Let's look at some other numbers here. Let's see really quick because we didn't talk about this. I just looked at it. 167, 515, 224. That's a lot of drip in people's wallets. But I wonder how many of that is really going to come out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually dropped by 15 million or 20 million, something like that. So a lot of people are active with their wallets, but still a lot of drip just kind of sitting there.
Well, yeah, DripX definitely, inspired people. That build up to the release or to the launch of DripX was pretty intense. And that's when we saw these numbers start going in the right direction. So the fact that they've stayed this positive is a great sign for Drip, for OG Drip.
No, I think so too, because I've actually been pretty active on my own private TG, and I'm noticing that more and more people are coming back into crypto, right? Because my guess is mainstream is covering it. They're talking about the Bitcoin ETFs, the Bitcoin halving. So crypto is a buzzword. So folks are like, oh my goodness, what about this drip thing? So folks are going to slowly start to migrate back into crypto and remember all of the tokens that they purchased. And they're going to be asking the basic questions, which are, now what should I do now? So I would imagine that number is obviously going to shrink dramatically in the next few months for sure. Yeah.
Yep. And I got to say, I want to throw in a sleeper play in here, guys, the reservoir. I know we haven't talked about that in a long time, but when people buy drip off the native DEX, the reservoir gets a cut of every single one of those purchases. So definitely something to look into. If you guys are not already in the reservoir, now is a really, really good time to get in there. Because like I said, every single transaction through that native DEX gives a little bit to that reservoir. And I know my personal reservoir stake has gone up quite a bit since people were kind of rushing in to wrap their drip. There was a huge push in purchases off the native DEX within the past like 2 weeks or so. So I think there's definitely more left in there. And it's B&B. It pays in B&B. You don't even have to sell your drip. You just get B&B. So it's definitely a sleeper play, I think.
Plus, if you stop and think about it, your equity position may have gone up a little bit too. I would imagine some people probably took out in the past.
Doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doubled.
There it is. That is a
love
sleeper.
me some B&B.
Not so much anymore. You just let the cat out of the bag. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
God damn it, Mike. We were talking about this off camera. You're supposed to,
to
share that.
That's the great thing about drip, man. There's so many plays. It's not just the faucet anymore. You have the reservoir, you have kitchen sink, you have wrap drip in kitchen sink. You also have DripX, and you have DripX in kitchen sink. Like, you've got options now.
I agree. And that's fantastic for the community at large, right? Because there's a way for you to play the game based on your risk tolerance and your capital, and probably your time horizon too, because the reservoir in theory is kind of a long play, right? It's really the money that you set, forget, and you leverage BNB because that's the token that you earn. But that's not like a quick flip where you're going to be earning 1% per day or something insane.
Right.
So there's a play for everyone within our ecosystem. So it's really a benefit to our community, which is going to lead us into our next segment, where we like to shout out the community. All of this is possible for the handful of folks that have really stayed the course. It made it a point to innovate, like yourself, for the drip ecosystem, for people to continue to create content, to make certain that the brand is still on folks' radar, so that when something magical happened, aka DripX, there were enough people around to alert other folks about what's going on in our ecosystem. So one of the primary 3 reasons a lot of crypto tokens, currency succeed is community, right? Is the community. So our next segment is all about the community. We've got a video from one of Rick's really good friends and Mike's too. Should we play that for these guys? Let's see here.
Yeah, do it.
Let me grab this video. Let me grab.
I see it.
Right
I
on.
see that beautiful dragon up on there.
DeFi. Real diesel shit, real trap shit, man.
Shout out to Defi Deez, DripX, Rap Drip.
I'm dripping in X Flex. Print me a check next. Cross the bridge flex.
Mike should be doing a head bob for us all.
Setting up minus. Drip, you copping designer. Free BNB. My money is digital, money expired. I'm dripping in X Flex. Print me a check next. Cross the bridge flex. I handle my business. I'm setting up minus. Copping the drip, you copping designer. Free BNB. My money is digital, money expired. Hey, I DripX.xyz, that's where I rap my drip. I was on the post chain, but now I'm on the bridge. I'm on the way to BSC, I'm about to make a flip. I used to flip bricks for the China, now I set up miners. In 8 days, I get that chicken, what a perfect timing. Damn, my hands be diamonds. I'm a Dejan, baby. These rap niggas be flexing cash, man, these niggas crazy. But that shit don't faze me. I'm in my own lane. My money anonymous. It's on the blockchain. Every day I wait, I gotta check my state. DripX and rap drip, making DeFi great. And word to part of town, we in the first day. I'm dripping in X Flex. Print me a check next. Cross the bridge flex. I handle my business. I'm setting up minus. Copping the drip, you copping designer. Free BNB. My money is digital, money expired. I'm dripping in X Flex. Print me a check next. Cross the bridge flex. I handle my business. I'm setting up minus. Copping the drip, you copping designer. Free BNB. My money is digital, money expired.
Fire. Defi Deez. DripX. Rap Drip.
Great music right there, man.
Dude, that X-Files. Oh, man, it gets me.
Yeah,
the song has been
that
stuck
intro.
in my head for days.
All right. Speaking of community, why not stick with that same theme? Every week, we love to shout out people that are making moves within crypto in general. Not so much our community exclusively, but people that are making moves in crypto, either educating, supporting, or providing some level of guidance. You deserve a shout out. So this week, we're going to shout out 3 people. Who we got first up?
Galactic Surfer. Yo, this guy has really come through for the Drip Warriors. He's a developer himself. He is the man behind the Drip Garden Viewer, which was really cool. And now he's moving on to developing his own game, which is a kind of an endless runner game. It looks really, really cool. Absolutely cannot wait until that is out in the community. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, he is my partner in the Drip Marble Run development, and he has been putting in a lot of work this past week. So I definitely wanted to give out a shout to Galactic Surfer, man. Job well done.
Right
well
on.
done, man.
Correct. I love it. Who's next? Moonshot Max. That's my guy. Moonshot, you deserve this shout out for the obvious reasons.
Yep.
You're probably one of the best, if not the best, educators in DeFi. You make the complex seem extremely simple. And obviously part of that has to do with your profession as a teacher. You take the information that none of us really want to spend time reading through white papers. You do that for us, create videos to help us understand how things work. And then you add the extra touch, which is here are strategies to help you succeed, not just in this protocol, but within crypto in general. And then you're also Mr. Consistent. You're dropping videos 3, 4, 5 every single week. In addition to being in your own Moonshot Max Gems Telegram, feels like 24/7. So I have no idea how you get all of this stuff done. But I appreciate the work that you do because you save me time and money. So shout out to Moonshot Max. Appreciate
Hell
you.
yeah. You know what? I'm glad
go.
you brought him up because I dedicated my moon bag of DripX to him this week. Gave him a shout out in his group because he inspired me to do it. And, you know, the only other thing I have to say about Moonshot, when you get on our show, homie.
Ooh.
Yeah. Valid question. Valid question.
Moonshot Max, that is an open invitation. Check your DMs very shortly. All right. Who we got next?
My man. I can't look at this picture without laughing.
That's a great.
You got me laughing. I don't even know why I'm laughing, but you got me laughing.
Because we all know that the guy behind the picture, the guy behind the Telegram name, he's a quirky character, but you know what? He's very consistent in trying to help out in the DripX chat and a lot of other chats as well. And I've gotten the chance to get to know him a little bit more over the last few days. And this guy cracks me up. I have fun being in the chats with him, and I just wanted to give him a shout out for his commitment in trying to, wrangle in all those knuckleheads in the DripX chat and any other the Pulse related chats I see him in as well. He's a good dude. You just it takes a little bit of time to get used to his personality, but at least he ain't as bad as DARPA.
All right, what do we have next for these guys? Like, we've got to address the elephant in the room, like this massive project that launched maybe 5 days ago. We got to spend some time talking about that project, right? So let's show people what the heck we're talking about here.
The golden goose, baby. There it is. The golden, or should I say the golden dragon? The dragon that lays the golden eggs, right?
There you go.
Yeah, I think the dragon is more fierce than the goose. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would much rather be referred to as a dragon than a goose, for sure, for sure. No. DripX, how many days is that? That is 5 days, right?
Looks like
5
we're
days
officially
now?
on day number 6 already.
Okay, so good. So let
Day
me go
6.
back and see it loud. We are on day 6. Now, when I do this, do you guys see me moving the...
Yep. We see your
Okay,
slider.
sweet. All right, perfect. All right, so we'll stay over here. So yeah, day 6, that's impressive already. Initial thoughts on DripX and day 6. What do you guys think, Phil?
I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think the majority of the population is just not ready for what DripX is going to deliver. It's just too unbelievable right now. People are just caught up with their doubts and their, oh, it's just like TitanX. The same thing's going to happen, just like with what happened with TitanX. My friends, this is not TitanX. This is TitanX improved. So I think a lot of people are going to be unprepared for what happens next in these next 2 days, when those first 8-day miners start coming off the presses. It's going to be real crazy. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see how people react to it.
I'll tell you this.
Rick, what do you think? Yeah.
I'll tell you this. When day 8, that's my first thought. When day 8. Because I want my payout, right?
There's a timer right there.
I want
Where is it at? Let's see.
Yeah. It's taking way too damn long to get to day 8. I got all this BNB coming to me. I can't wait. And yes, I'll be buying more miners with it. I've already got 80-something miners right now. It's going to keep going. My goal is to try and do 100 miners a month. And I'm opening back up all the old drip wallets that I closed down because the faucet was shut down. And I'm telling you, like, there's a lot to like about DripX. There's a lot to love about what the developers are doing. And even as we are filming right now, the developers are making tweaks and taking community votes and going to release some other products and stuff, or not products, but other elements to this platform. Oh man. You know what? You know what's great? Day 8 falls on Pizza Friday. It is going to be a glorious, glorious day.
That's the most important thing. Day 8 ends on Pizza Friday. I love it. No, I feel the same way you guys do. I'm pretty excited. And the one thing that I noticed maybe shortly after you get it, no, let me be honest, maybe a couple of days after, when you get all the chatter in Telegram, is how the miner game is very different from the predecessor, which is TitanX, right? Yep. So a lot of folks on TitanX, when they got into the miners, they saw these insane gains, right? And it sounds like our gains will also be insane, but the play is not really just the miners. The play is really staking, right? Staking to earn BNB. So, and again, I don't know how it played off. I'm just assuming, and that's all it is. I'm hypothesizing. With TitanX, you probably had a lot of people who played the miner game and really just swapped it out for, in this case, ETH on that side of the network, and maybe exited the system aggressively, took profits, invested in something else, right? Here we're saying, look, we understand where the liquidity is. We've seen how things have played out on a predecessor. We're not the same. We keep trying to tell you guys we're different. We are DripX. So for us, we're going to really make it somewhat of a tell that you guys take any profits that you make when your miners mature and send them over to the staking side of the business so that you can then get your share of these massive payouts, right? So let me go over here to the buy and burn. How much do we have sitting in the buy and burn? Let's see if it populates here.
Last I saw was like 3.5 million. Looks like it's gone up a tiny bit since then.
It's still 3.5. Let me see. So what do you guys see on the screen? Do you not see the buy and burn as I'm flipping through the tabs? Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. So yes, Mike, you're spot on. We're at 3.5 in buy and burn, right? So you really want to play the long game in DripX. So let me ask you guys this, because when we say long game in DeFi, what's your knee-jerk reaction?
I mean, long-term in DeFi for me, very, very long-term, like ancient, is probably like 6 months.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? What's funny is you make me think about Drip and how the fact that it's defied a lot of DeFi in terms of how it's lasted for years and it's continuing to evolve and continuing to build. So I have a hard time saying, you know, long term is only a couple months because of drip. But with what Mike just said, like you have to err on the side of caution here when it comes to DeFi, and 6 months might even be a little too far for me right now. I'm thinking 3 months. Anything beyond that, I'm very grateful for. But listen, if any team can do that, they've already done it. First of all, let's circle back. They've already done it with PulseJet, right? They've already, and with Kitchen Sink, they've already gone multiple months, beyond 3 months, beyond 6 months and stuff. So there's no reason to think that DripX won't do that. But if we're just answering the question you just asked us because you want our expert analysis, I'm going to say for me and any other project, 3 months maximum.
I think that's more than fair based on our experience. I really do. Based on our experience, that seems long-term in DeFi specifically. I agree. Plus, there's a lot that can happen long-term. If we think about some of the market values of those ROIs that people are getting, if you get a fraction of that, anywhere between 1% and 5% of whatever the estimated market value of these miners are, and that lasts for anywhere from like 30 to 90 days, you would have a very different lifestyle, guaranteed, a very different lifestyle, right? So you don't necessarily need it to last through eternity, through infinity, right? You just need it to last long enough for you to make a good profit. Am I oversimplifying it? Should the expectation that something lasts forever, or should it be it lasts as long as it needs to, maximize it while it exists, and then move on?
I mean, that nails it right there. I mean, we don't need it to last, a super long time, even though this platform could have the potential to take the long game. From what I see from these developers and the way that they are kind of leading the flock into getting the most out of this platform, it could do a long-term run in DeFi. I have confidence in that, but it doesn't need to. I mean, if you can ROI plus a little percentage on the side, let's say plus a 20% after ROI, plus a 30% after ROI, that only takes like maybe 2-3 months at the most. After that, dude, you're talking about the lottery here. I mean, this platform has a lot of potential from what I'm seeing from the team and the mechanics in it, and the fact that they are leading people into staking and showing people that the majority of the profits can be acquired within the staking protocol. That's really, really big, and something that TitanX does not do. So it's kind of an experiment right now with the public. What are they going to do? Are people going to just try to dump on day 8? I'm sure a majority will. But then once they kind of see that that's not quite as fruitful as they thought it was, I think a lot of people are going to go into the staking. And then that's just going to incentivize purchasing and mining of DripX even more and more. So I think the FOMO is really going to kick in once the puzzle pieces kind of fall together within people's minds, and they see that this is not TitanX. This is a new animal, a new dragon that's even more fiery than TitanX. That's when the FOMO is really going to come in.
No, I agree, Mike. Well said. I totally agree. And when people realize that they, and we'll get into this, may or may not be able to take 100% of their profits depending on how much it is, and clearly your D rank status, aka when you actually got in and how many people are ahead of you, you may find that you will need to create incremental miners. And when you do that, doesn't that feed the buy and burn pool? So we're adding more and more BNB, right? So you can expect this number to continue to go up, right? So the 3.5 that we were just looking at, that number should continue to go north, right? Rick, anything you want to add on just the overall thoughts about day 6 in DripX and how it's performing today?
Well, honestly, I will be blunt with what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is I can't wait for these Jeets to get wrecked. Like these people who want to try and go in there and dump their bags, I can't wait for them to get wrecked. And then I can't wait for them to come back into the chat and cry like little whiny I'll stop there. But probably like
So they're Jeets and crybabies? Oh,
Jeets
gosh.
and crybabies. And I can't wait. Like, listen, I do not like these Jeet tards, okay? Like, I have no qualm about saying that I don't like them at all. So when we get to day 8 and they're not able to dump, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to have my pizza. I'm going to have my big BNB day 8 payout. I'm going to have like another 100 miners. I'm going to be sitting back, me and probably Deerslayer and Tenchi and a couple other guys in the chats, and we're just going to be smashing. We're going to be playing whack-a-mole with these futters and jeeters, and I can't wait.
Oh, gosh. Again, tell us how you really feel, Rick. Tell us how you really feel. I got it. I got it. So look, so we've talked about it. I wonder how many people, I guess there's probably a large enough number that are sitting on the sidelines trying to figure out what happens after day 8. There's probably some people that have seen some of these insane ROIs on Twitter, aka X, and maybe want to put a few dollars in there. Should we show them how to create a miner?
Yeah,
and maybe get
absolutely.
started? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think helping people, because we still see a lot of people coming in, and I'm sure once we spread the news about our payouts and how successful the staking is and stuff this weekend, there'll be a lot more new people who might not have a lot of experience with miners and stuff. So just helping them out with using the site, I think will be a great tool for anybody who's looking to get into DripX, and not just DripX, but this whole ecosystem that Matt and Eric are building, and then Drip as a whole.
All
And
right.
I mean, this is just the first 6 days, man. This thing is just starting. There's still so much time. If you get in within the first 30 days, I mean, I know plenty of people who got in within the first 30 days of TitanX, not even on day 1, just on day 30, and still made like a 3 to 5x after that. So there is still so much time here.
Well, the other thing, Mike, that you said about ROI and stuff, like, we're going to talk about our strategies a little bit later, but for me, going into day 8, I'm already at about 90% ROI from everything I put in to DripX. And after I get that payday, like, I'm going to be up a lot, and everybody has a chance to experience receiving these BNB awards if you just play the game the right way.
Yep.
And that is the whole key to all of this. What we're saying, what the devs are saying, what the admins and mods are saying, play the game the right way. Don't come in and try and win a gold medal in the Jeet Olympics.
I mean, don't try to take the shortcut. Do not take the shortcut. Take the scenic route. It is worth it. Take the
they're going to
scenic
get
route.
whammied. They'll get whammied.
Right on. Excellent. Excellent. So what do you guys think? Because I really want something affordable for a lot of people. Obviously they don't have money like you and Mike and Rick, who's got hundreds of thousands of dollars. They grow money trees on their acres.
Unc's got kids and exes. I mean, come on now. I need to make bags here.
For those who don't grow money trees on their acres, what's a reasonable amount to get in, right? And let's pretend like this is someone who's got some risk capital. Perfect. 8 days. I'm okay with that. And obviously with the power, this really has a lot to do with the cost of BNB, right? So currently the power is showing 100. You'll notice the BNB is at 1.014046,
which has gone up.
This miner, yes, you're right. Not only with the fact that BNB to create this 100 miner is going to go up, to your point, Mike, every day, the value associated with BNB is probably going to appreciate, because BNB is at $400. It's probably going to go to 600. So it's going to cost you way more to do that. So good observation, Mike.
So get in ASAP.
Good point. So as we play around with the power, right, if we dial it down a little bit, you'll notice that the BNB required to create this miner went down to 0.517164 if we went to 50, right? And now it's only going to cost you $200. What do you guys see on the screen, Rick and Mike, that are stunning you? What about this number right here? The estimated drip at the end of this miner. What is that? Is that
It's
That's a
pretty
lot of
wild,
damn
man.
DripX right there.
34 million.
that is
Is that
34
right?
million. Yeah, that's insane. When I scale this screen up, does that make it bigger for you guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Perfect. All right. So we're at 34,856,684, $200. Market value of this miner. Do you have a special crypto card to
Just a cool 40
to-
grand.
to take your money out of DeFi? Yeah, you'll need that when you cash in this 40,000. And the estimated ROI is 190. No, that's 19,866. How do we feel about the numbers being this material? Should people expect these type of returns, or should they dial them down a bit? What do you guys think?
No, definitely dial it down for sure. I mean, that is really an insane return. 39 grand for a what? That's a 50% of a BNB, so $200. Yeah. I dial that down, but as I always say, you prepare for the worst, but you hope for the best. If you do that, I think that'll kind of align your expectations in with reality a little bit. But what's really cool is if you kind of copy that end of miner amount, that 34 million, and put it into the calculator, now see how much you can get in the staking. That's really where the magic starts to shine. So put in stakes, paste that right in there.
You want to do all the way out to 3,500?
Always
Look at that
go
first payment. Look at that first payment down there. That first 8-day payment, 11,000. I think that sounds pretty good, man. Even to get just 1 to 3% of that. Okay, 1 to 3%, $1,192. Let's dial it down all the way. That's an amazing return right there.
Yeah.
Where
so
else
to your
can you
point,
get that in DeFi?
So let's do something really conservative. So if we're saying that the first 8-day, because there will be multiple 8-day payouts in like a 3,500 day stake, right? Because we staked it for 3,500 days, so there are going to be multiple ones. But let's just say for the 11,940 times 1% of that number. How about that?
Yeah,
that's $119.04, right? Every 8 days. Let's do that one more time. I want to make sure. Yeah, 939 times 0.01.
The other thing you got to factor in is the reason. These variables are going to change, obviously, with the change in prices and stuff like that. But even before you get to this, like you were just saying, like, what do you think about these numbers and stuff? And I've said many times, like, you can dream for 7 days, but reality's coming on day 8, right? So get all those dreams out, and then when day 8 comes, then you get ready to see what you're going to get and stuff. But with the miner, like, so let's explain to people who might not know. Like, when you're looking at this screen right now, you're seeing the max 280-day miner. You're seeing almost, if you put it to 100, that's full power. It'll cost you 1 full BNB, and then you got these just insane returns and amount of DripX you can earn and stuff, and all of that is fantastic, right? The key, though, is this, and we're circling back to what the money loop and the best strategy is with DripX, and that is this: to realize any substantial amount of these numbers, you have to stake. As we just saw in the calculator, when you put in that amount of DripX into there, you're going to get more, amazing numbers, right? So the best way to even get close to what you see here is to stake it. So exactly. Look at that. And look at the numbers. You will not get this if you try and run over to PancakeSwap and cheat on everybody. You will get wrecked. You won't even come close. First of all, it's going to be a complete traffic jam trying to get out, and barely anybody will. And the slippage is going to be insane. The price impact is going to be insane. You're going to lose probably, I don't even know, 70, 80% of what you're trying to do. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Play the game the way it's intended, And in the long run, in 28 days, in 90 days, you're going to be making multiple X's on what you put in to DripX. So if you go back to the mining page, we'll show them that, because there's people with all sorts of different budgets, like you brought up, right? We don't have money trees where I'm at, right? I'm closer to the hood than I am a farmland with money trees. So what we got here, and shout out to the fools in the chat who like to say everybody sounds ghetto, right? Let me ghetto slap your ass right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
all need
back
to
this.
ghetto
Sorry, I
slap
had to
them.
go on a tangent there. Shout out to Blockchain Bay too. So let me get back to this. Don't get me fired up, because if I get fired up, I'm going in 27 different directions at one time, right?
No,
And I'm
it
still
is
trying to do a swing trade and
edutainment.
wrap drip as we're filming. So I got a lot of things going on here. But back
No,
to
we got to
this
bring the
one.
entertainment too. Otherwise, it's boring and it's like everyone else's videos. We are unique in that regard. We are edutainment
Yep.
at its finest. Stay fired up, Rick. Stay fired
Man,
up.
listen, it's the multiple personalities and voices inside my head, but that's a whole nother episode in itself, and we might need Dr. Phil on for that one. But back to the miners. We got people with all sorts of different budgets, right?
Yes.
And so when you decrease the power, like go all the way down to 1, so people can see. This costs you $4, and look at the return you get on a max, right? Now, if you take the duration and knock that down to, let's just say 10 days. 10 days, look what you get back, right? You can't, at this point in time right now, you can't even get that much DripX for $4 on the market, right? The best way to get DripX is through mining. The reason you want DripX is to have a larger percentage of the stakes, so you get all the glorious BNB, right? Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense. But for people with all sorts of different budgets, you can go as low as $4 or as high as 400, depending on if you want a full BNB or a fraction of a BNB. You can go from 8 days all the way to 280 days. It really just comes down to what your preference is, what your strategies are, or whatever your budget is, right? There's no one approach that says this is the best way to use miners, right? And we get at the end, when we talk about our strategies a little bit, you'll see that we've all had different strategies based on what our goals are. So whatever your goals are specifically, whatever your risk tolerance is specifically, whatever your risk capital is specifically, that is going to affect how you do miners. What we're showing here is just one miner at a time. You can see the other tab that says batch. That allows you to create 8 miners at once of the same variables of duration and power, right? So for me, I've been creating batch after batch after batch after batch for day after day after day at low power, because I want to bring in even more DripX every day. I want DripX. I want to be showered in DripX on a daily basis. When I get up to shower in the morning, I want to visualize being DripX coming out of my water, down onto me, all over my body. Yes, my sexy body. And I want to have all the DripX, because I know the more DripX I get, the more glorious BNB I get. And then when I get all that BNB, guess what Uncle Rick's going to do with that? He's going to buy more wrap drip.
Certain images you
have
just
enough
can't get out of your
drip.
mind. Oh God, Rick, please, enough with the visuals. Please stop it. No, but to your point, it sounds like, Rick, so for you, it's all about setting miners, because you've shown how easy it is to multiply your $4 whole dollars, right? Was it $4?
Yep.
No, because we went to the batch.
The
But if we go back to the
$4.
single,
Yep.
right, it's a whole $4. And right now the estimated value is $990. But here's the magical number right here. That's 870,547 DripX. So again, for those people who are looking to kind of DCA in and want to watch from the sidelines with not a lot of skin in the game, if we just took the minimum of 870,547, we go back to the calculator and we play the staking game. Because again, if you're not listening, that's what we're telling you guys. It's all about staking and earning BNB. And we take our $990, the 875.47 for 3,500 days. What is our payout? 8 days. Mike, what are you saying? 8 days?
Yeah.
Is that $307?
$307. So 1% is $3.72. So you've already nearly ROI'd on that first 8-day payout with just $4. Now, of course, dilution hasn't come into play. Very low selling pressure at the moment, but this is the 6th day of this platform. 6th day. So can you wait maybe 30 days to 10x on your $4? I think so. 5x,
8
10x,
days,
whatever.
Well,
30 days. Let's say 30 days for you to make back all of your money plus a little bit of profit there.
And here's another thing, like to piggyback on what you're saying and what I was saying prior. If you did the 8 batch miners all at the minimum amount, right? 1 power, $4.
So let's show them. Let's show them. You want us to go through it? Okay.
Yeah. So swing it to 8 days, and the power is at 1.
And 8 miners.
8 miners. Look, you're spending $32 on the batch of 8 miners, right? So what are you getting there? I can't see. How much is this? Over 5 million, 5.5 million DripX.
5.5 million.
Yes, 5.5 million DripX. Right now, it's worth something more because the price is up right now. But even if it drops down to the opening price, which was 4 zeros and a 1, you're still looking at 2x. If your goal is to jeet, you're still looking at 2x profits just by buying the minimum amount of power and grabbing 8 batch miners. Like the point is this: there's multiple strategies to play here. With the goal to get as much DripX as you can to stake. If you're trying to circumvent that in any other way, you're going to run into a lot of issues.
Yeah, and it's just insane to even think about it. So in your example, Rick, so the DripX tokens, we said it was roughly 5,577,069. So the value of that currently is 6,343. Okay. And we've staked it for the max, which is 3,500 days. Our share is just over 0.5%, right? But here's what most people want to know, like, how much can I take to the bank? So here it is again. You're $32, correct?
Yes.
After 8 days is roughly 1,958. And to Mike's point, if it's just 1% of that number, isn't that $19.58? Right?
Yep.
So in what, 2 cycles, 2 8-day pay cycles?
And that's in B&B. That's in B&B. Not in DripX. You're getting that in B&B, so you can take that straight to the bank.
Ooh.
Well, and if you look at it right there, if we went back to the opening price of 4 zeros and a 1, and we're now down to 1/100th of what the price is now, right? That's still $63. You're still 2xing what it was to buy all the batch miners in the first place, right? So that's the point. Like, there are still solid options for you in this mining game if you know what you're doing, if you play it the right way, and even if you want to try and take a little profits here and there, which might not be possible with the liquidity, but even if you try and do that, for those of you that are coming in on a small budget with the low power and low duration and stuff, you still can make profits. And that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to know if they can make profits. And so we just showed you that even buying a $4 miner or a batch of $4 miners, you can still make profits through whatever your budget is. Just come to this approach this platform with the right approach. And anything other than other than cheating is the right approach. And that's we can't make it any more clear than that.
Take the scenic route. Take time to smell the flowers. Look at the wilderness out there, man. Take a look at the trees. Take it slow, and it will pay off.
I agree.
Hit that stake tab since we've been talking about it a lot. But people well, before you go to stake, real quick, click on manage miners so people can see that is the screen that will show you.
Should we go ahead and do it, and then I could take them to the manage miner screen? You want to go ahead and
we don't have to buy any miners or anything, but if they click on that, what pops up is this screen, and it'll have all your information on your miners, your bonuses, the ROI. Like, there's so many details here, and when it will end, right? So you can see the progress that's being made, and the money that of the market value right now, and like, you get all this information, all these details, and it's great. Everything you can want for information about your miner will be on this screen, right? And the same thing can happen with the staking screen, which we'll get to in a sec. Same thing with the staking. So for people that are just getting in and they want to be able to monitor everything and they want to know where their stakes go and stuff, this is the screen that you'll be able to see where everything is at.
Sweet.
And when we get to past day 8, when people are going to start having multiple stakes and stuff, you'll see like a list of stakes there. Every time you stake in there, you'll see a list of them, as opposed to right now where some people only have one stake in their staking right now. But come day 8, most people are going to have a lot of stakes.
I like it. So we kind of going through.
Go to the stake tab real quick, because we want to talk about one thing, or a couple things. But when it comes to staking, the duration is extremely important, right? Because this will affect how much your bonuses and how much you'll get for a return, right? So people who are thinking, well, I'm just going to do 28 days and get out. Well, you're going to get out with very little profits.
Let's show them the 28 days. So here's the 28 days. Let's do like $50 or something like that. Good enough. All right.
There you go. So someone deposits into their stake 40,000 DripX, 28 days. Look at the numbers you have here, right? Now click that all the way to 3,500 days and see how much better it is. Look at all these bonuses and stuff you get now.
Hold on. Let me go back. I didn't see the numbers to recall them. Hold on one sec. So 28 days. Okay, let's start at the top. 28 days only gets you what? 51.62?
51.62 shares. Right.
Got it. And current share rate 801. Base shares 49.93. Longer pays better, obviously. So plus 1.69. No bigger bonus. Effective share rate 774.91, and effective share is 51.62. Okay, got it. So let's, to your point, let's go all the way to 3,500. Wow.
Now look at that. You've 5x the number of shares.
Yep. And base shares now 49.3. I think that stayed the same, but the longer pays better. That went up substantially. We're at 174.74. And the effective share rate
50% bonus by going max.
Sweet.
Well, and the bonus is the same from 2,888 to 3,500. But and this is something we've discussed before. But basically, if we're all still around almost 10 years from now, like, the difference is you're still getting those payouts between 2,888 and 3,500. But just for simplicity's sake, just go max, just go 3,500, get all the bonuses, because now you have a better chance of ROI and quicker than you would if you did anything less than 3,500. Obviously, it's up to people, their risk tolerance, how long they want to stay in for and stuff. But as I've said many times, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot if you don't go max, because you're not going to get the best rate. You're not going to get the best returns. And I'll show it once we get our day 8 payouts on Friday, just how amazing it was for staking for 3,500 days.
And guys, can you imagine a situation where you're able to set yourself up to receive B&B payouts all throughout this next bull run?
It's going to be insane.
Like,
no,
that is just so bullish.
I couldn't imagine.
It's going to be
because I was stunned to see BNB over $400. I don't know if it's still there today, but earlier today it was over $400. I was stunned by that.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember it trading right around $1.50, $1.75, and we're just at the start of the bull cycle. So to be earning BNB at a price of 600 to maybe as high as like $800 a clip, that will be insane.
Oh, in the bull run, I think we're going 1,000.
I'll take it.
See,
I
I'm
think we're
always on the
easily
conservative
breaking
side.
1,000. Yeah, easily.
That's the finance
breaking
guy in me,
1,000.
but I could see 1,000 too, because I think a lot of people understand the narrative that this could be the last mega bull cycle, right? Because we've got institutional money kind of coming in, and unfortunately, they tend to manipulate things quite a bit. And then there's just more people entering the space, so your share, much like anything else, is going to be diluted even more. So this will be a great opportunity to kind of hedge your bet on a top 10 blue chip crypto with massive potential to appreciate at least a 2.5x from where we are today. Yeah.
You know, and
Easily.
most analysts are predicting Bitcoin to smash the all-time high, and I've heard anything up to 120, 150,000 for a Bitcoin, right? Which will be almost 2 times the high in the previous bull. If Bitcoin's going that high, Ethereum and other coins like BNB are going to smash their previous all-time highs. That's why I'm saying easy $1,000 for BNB. So
rising tide raises all ships,
Yep.
man.
So now think about that. If you can get $1,000 BNB from staking
every 8 days, or even a half of that every 8 days, or a fraction of that every 8 days,
I mean,
that could change your life. 250. I mean, relatively speaking, passive income of $1,000 a month, that's a car payment. That's a rent for some people, depending on your
That's mortgage right there.
That's a whole lifestyle right there.
Yeah,
totally, man, totally. All right, so we shall see. We have 2 more days technically. Yeah, and
go up to my favorite page, the payouts right there.
Let's go to the payouts.
That's my favorite page.
The payouts. Boom.
I love this because this is where you get to see, as of this very moment, I mean, it's going to change come Friday, but this is where you get to see. Can you scroll up a little? There you go.
Yeah.
This is where you get to see your estimated payouts, right? Right now, Uncle Rick's got an 8-day of close to 12 BNB coming this Friday. So that's why I'm a little excited right now, right?
You guys realize why I said money trees on his acres?
Hey,
his first 8-day payout is going to be 12 BNB.
There's other people who are getting like 30 BNB, right? It's just
my goodness.
My strategies, I went in heavy on this. But when you look at this, like this gives you an example of what you can expect from these specific major payout cycles, right? When you are in the max, you get all of these payouts. And you get payout every 8-day cycle, every 28-day cycle, every 90-day cycle. Like you are getting paid 4 times a month, right? Who does not want to get paid BNB 4 times a month, right? Now, how much BNB you get will depend on your share percentage of in the staking. But even if you can get, let's just say you get 1 full BNB a month, right? Or even 2 full BNB a month. You're making $400 to $800 at this point a month from this platform. Like, what else are you hoping for here, right? You're getting a great opportunity to earn the passive income that we know KK loves so much. 1,000%. And you're getting it in a platform with developers. And I'm going to save, my tangent on this for later in our show, but you're getting a platform with great developers who have a track record of other apps that have been SAFU and have had no issues and people have made a lot of money on. So looking at this, how can you not get more motivated to participate in seeing your estimated payouts go up, right? I want to see my numbers continue to go up. I want these green numbers to say like $10,000 on my next payment. So I'm fired up to stake. I want to stake as much as I can. And I'm going to re-examine some of my staking strategies based on some of the changes that are coming to the platform. But guys, like, listen, I'm so fired up for DripX. All three of us have been talking about this for a while. We've all gone into it. Our DAO's gone into it. It has been such a smooth. First of all, can we say how amazing the launch was? Right?
Yeah.
No issues.
Yeah. Good point.
No issues whatsoever. Right?
No.
Are you kidding me? Right? I'm not
Yeah.
going to mention any other developers, but how many times have we tried to get into other platforms where we've had to wait weeks and hours and months after, you know, we're supposed to only wait a few minutes, right? So,
yeah,
moving on.
3 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric. And
No, but Rick, let's not go through that one really quick. Hold your thought, because I do want to overemphasize that point. Like my guy Legacy says all the time, I want people to overstand that point, because that's one of the top three, right? It's the dev, it's the community, and then it's marketing. So the dev and the team is also who we're investing in. And I saw similar tweets where people were calling them scammers and
Yes.
hope it doesn't rug. And I'm saying, where are the receipts, right? The slang in the streets. Where are the receipts that proves that they've done either one of those things, where they've scammed people out of money or they've rugged on a previous product? And the reality is there are none. And I just hate the fact that people take narratives from other folks in this space and refuse to do their own research. They just kind of jump on this bandwagon and say pointless things and things that could be harmful to a protocol just because it's a regurgitation out of what somebody else said. And I'm here to tell you, like, these guys have had previous projects, one of which is Pulse-Drip. We mentioned that one earlier. It is still around. It is still paying, and they've not rugged any of their investors. Have there been learning lessons throughout that process? Of course. Who the hell doesn't develop a project, release it, and want to modify it after end users start interacting with them? Everybody does, right? So there's got to be lessons learned on every new project they release. But here's the good news. Every new project that they release, it is better than the predecessor. So what makes you think DripX isn't going to be better than all the other previous projects? So stop calling people scammers without receipts. Stop saying they're going to rug without receipts. It's reckless, period.
Preach it.
Yep.
Jeez, where'd that come from? I sound like I took it pretty personal. Maybe I did, only because I know these guys. What the heck?
Later. You're jumping ahead. You're foreshadowing. That's what you're doing.
What the? That's what foreshadowing. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, Rick, I cut you off because I didn't want that to go as just like a soundbite. I really wanted to overemphasize that we know that people are trusting teams with their hard-earned money. So why should they trust these guys? And we just gave them a number of examples why they should consider it, at least. That's it.
Absolutely. And
Right.
Well said. I mean, we can beat that point into them on a regular basis, but shout out to Eric and Hustleman Matt, who continue to put out great project after great project, who continue to build for Drip, which that's how we all know each other, is through Drip. Drip has brought a lot of people together from all over the world, and it's an amazing ecosystem when it's operating at a healthy level, right? Matt and Eric have brought in some tools to help make our ecosystem healthier in terms of, you know, price action and you know, it really just reinvigorated the soul of many drippers, including myself. I mean, I'm always down to fight for Drip, but this gave me an extra boost, which is why I'm so ready to fight Jake from State Farm.
You ready to slay the dragons?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Can we please move
All right.
on?
Speaking of Dragon Slayer and how these guys are building a brand for themselves in the entire crypto space, they're adding to their ecosystem. Just in the last, less than 24 hours, they've added the DripX token. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
This thing is burning that DripX. So now we've got DripX burning from both ends of the candle there. We've got DripX burning in the kitchen sink as well as in the regular buy and burn pool on the DripX platform. So we got all kinds of burning going on right here.
I mean, how much have they burned? So in terms of DripX, and again, less than 24 hours, right? What is that? If we do the decimal, is that
2.9
2
million.
million? Yeah, 2,922,377. So roughly $3,700. And it's just getting started.
And they've thrown
That's
in
insane.
25 million into the TVL of DripX as well. Yeah, for real. Prop.
They threw in.
Yeah,
They
they
threw
threw
in.
it in.
Yeah. Did you hear that? For all the people thinking scamming, and they threw in. Okay, great. Okay, got it. I just want to make sure we overemphasize that.
We're on the same page here.
That's all. And you're earning a daily ROI of 1.5%.
Yeah, guys, this is a no-brainer right here. I mean, on top of what you're getting in your mining, if you split some of your mining up, put some in the kitchen sink, and then put some back into the staking on the DripX platform, you're getting a BNB payout, plus you're getting a 1.5% daily ROI on your DripX. I mean, come on. Is
I
there an
agree.
easier play right now in crypto? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. And this is massive too, because the DripX obviously is a relatively new token. So is the addition to the kitchen sink. Like timing is always of the essence when you think about the minor type of protocols. You really don't want to drag your feet on something like this. If it's something
Yeah.
that you feel like you're going to play the long game with, then you probably want to go ahead and consider throwing a handful of DripX tokens into the kitchen sink. It will serve you well.
Yeah, and this is a feature that TitanX does not have. Okay,
Ooh.
another feature that TitanX does not have. I mean, TitanX is it's a great platform, but it's a simple platform in that there is pretty much one way in, one way out, and that's all there is to it. Guys, here we have options. Okay, we have options to widen your horizons as far as what you want to do with your DripX, how you want to earn DripX, how you want to play the mining game, how you want to play the staking game, what you want to do with your BNB payouts. This is a wide open plane right now of what you can do with DripX, and it's very exciting.
Man, now would we consider that utility?
Oh, absolutely. Tons of utility. Tons of utility right now. Right out the gate. I mean, guys, 6 days old and all this utility right out of the gate.
Let's go. That's the one thing many people scream is that a lot of folks create protocols and there's really no use case for the native token itself. So with that said, it always takes on a title of being a Ponzi, which most things in real life are. But they're really mostly concerned about sustainability. So here it is. We're talking about sustainability because now you've got multiple use cases for the DripX token itself. What more do you want? Uncle Rick, anything you want to add on the kitchen sink?
I think, we should be responsible here, because Uncle Rick is all about being responsible. And we should be responsible here and say how this is high risk, high reward, right? It's a great utility, but it is high risk, high reward. We recommend checking out the white paper so you get a better understanding of how this platform works. We don't want people coming in thinking it's just like OG drip faucet and stuff. No, this is different. So make sure you look at it and you understand before you deposit your DripX. With that said, I've got a very healthy amount of the other tokens in there, Wrap Drip, and some DripX. So this is definitely part of my, money loop, we like to call it now, for DripX. And it really, it's another way to just earn more DripX so that you can stake it if you want to later on, or who knows what the market's going to be like 3 months from now, if the liquidity pool has a higher volume and you can sell it and whatnot. So it just gives you options, and in crypto it's always great to have some options.
Totally. I love it. All right, kitchen sink. So there is utility for the DripX token. Let's go. All right. Over the weekend, oddly enough, I was just doing a little bit of channel surfing, and I happened to run across this main event in mixed martial arts. You guys watch any mixed martial arts at all?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I spent at least a decade writing about mixed martial arts. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I didn't realize that you had crypto investors, content creators actually fighting. There was a fight on this weekend. It was BitBoy and some other guy. I can't think his name fast enough. I thought I wrote it down.
Crypto
And
light crypto, something
yes.
like that.
Yeah, and they were throwing blows on TV. I didn't realize that you could actually have beefs in crypto. Is that something that actually exists? I'm kind of curious. Beefs?
Well,
I guess
in crypto?
so.
I mean, Uncle Rick has beefs in crypto every day in Telegram, but we have yet to receive any fight opportunities on television.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't understand why people would be beefing in crypto, but for me, it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's entertaining. It's all about making crypto great again. So we had some back and forth between the DripX community and the TitanX community. Were you guys aware of that?
Maybe a little
Yes, I saw a few words there. Yeah, for sure.
A little something,
Yeah,
something.
just a little something. We've got something we want to share with you guys, but overall, your thoughts on what you observed and maybe recommendations for people who are relatively new to the space and their thoughts on how do they perceive that type of, communication and back and forth between two massive communities in crypto.
In my opinion, FUD is bullish on whatever's being FUDded.
Woo.
A lot of times, if there is a competing platform that's just casting all sorts of FUD on another platform, it's going to direct eyes and direct attention onto that platform, because obviously that platform that's doing all the FUD is going to be maybe a little insecure, maybe a little wavering in their feeling of superiority in the space. So I think that's what's going on right now between DripX and TitanX.
Uncle Rick.
The dragons.
Okay. What the hell? Where the dragons at? They're not on the screen?
No, I don't see
Show
dragons
me
on the
dragons.
screen.
We
Bring
gotta go
them
get the
dragons
dragons,
up.
man. Yeah, let's go get the dragons. Let's go get the dragons, because that is till we
There it
see the dragons. Now we have something for them. Should we show them the other thing we got queued up besides this phenomenal picture that was done by Mike the Crypto Cuban? This is great work, my friend. Great work. All right, let's show them the other thing that we've got queued up for you guys. All right, this is DripX Jake Diss music video. And the 2024 crypto diss song goes to Hustleman Matt. Let's go.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to do
Put that
it.
full screen. Put that full screen right there.
You need people like me.
Full screen, Mike.
Yeah, good.
Right up.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I wasn't trying to make this competition, but now you find yourself as the opposition. It was all good, I'm just reminiscing, but now this beat about to be a premonition. He said the team of 9, what he talking about? I guess that you consider this a vocal docs. If you want to get it, homie, we can box. But first things first, let's open up Pandora's box. Underneath the hood, you just in a hex. Don't let me get to talking about TitanX. Let's talk about the stake and how it's looking wrecked. It was over when the Genesis, the Dragon X. Twitter got you feeling like a public figure. In real life, you just nothing but my lunch and dinner. Talk is cheap and hating is your occupation. Worry about my code, you need to worry about inflation. Let's talk about the keys. You say got 6 owners. Talking about your car is really just another loaner. Feeling all alone, feeling like a loner. Nobody's minding ETH, you need to find a donor. I'm on a mission, and DripX really on the rocket. Only thing Jake burning is my fucking pockets. 8% burn, really ain't burning shit. It's time to give it up, you really need to go legit. Tell the people where the money really going. It can't be hyper, cause hyper really in slow motion. Hype and Shogun, like it's just a magic potion. I'm getting money, you getting deep inside emotions. Worried about liquidity, you need to stop it. When I check the charts, I'm the trending topic. Lyrics to this song got me feeling toxic. I'll break your life, my contract sitting on a proxy. I do this shit for fun, you do this shit for fun. Hustleman Matt really got it out the mud. Steady dropping bangers like back to back. I heard they fire shots, so I fire back.
Boom, 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 boom.
So I fire back. Hot.
All I gotta say is, what the heck keeps happening to Rick?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had him back.
Rick, how the hell do you keep falling off?
Every time you switch something, I fall off.
Really?
I think it's your connection, man. It's got to be your connection or something going on there.
What the hell? Shots fired. That's all I gotta say. Shots fired in a friendly way, right? Competition is healthy, isn't it? I think competition's good. It forces people to innovate and really think about their community. Because if your highest priority is to maintain your market share and a commitment to your community, you're going to make sure you do the best for your community. So if someone else is offering a product similar, if not better than yours, then you're going to work a little harder to offer a more superior product, right? So competition forces you to innovate and raise the bar. I freaking love it.
Yeah, I mean, you need a little fire under the ass to really get you to put your nose to the grindstone and improve something that you've been working on. I mean, once that competition comes into play, whether it's in your work, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in a relationship, you know, you have someone who's competing for, you know, your same girlfriend or boyfriend. Oof. That really does something to you. I mean, that really inspires you to think out of the box, to do more, to do things greater than you were doing before. So there's a lot of power in competition, I think, for sure.
I agree. Rick, did you like the video? Just want to confirm that.
I loved it. I love the video. I love our dev because of the video, and not just because he's making me money in DripX and kitchen sink and whatever else he's going to do. But I love it. And you know why I love it? Because let's get back to the beginning of this. There was no issue until Jake from State Farm got his feelings hurt and decided to start taking to YouTube and to that thing we call the Twitter, aka the X, and started running his fingers across those little letters and just, you know, running his mouth and fudding DripX. And the reason he did that is because there was the Titan exodus. People were leaving his shitty platform, and they
gosh.
Listen, he wants to tell other developers, talk about how they're going to rug their, you know, everybody in the platform and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Jake rug on his promise, and that's why the staking just went to shit because of Genesis and Dragon X? Like, he said he wasn't going to do something, and then he ended up doing it, and it just pissed off a lot of his stakers, and they lost a lot of money. Yet, what has Matt and Eric done to piss off their followers and their investors? As of now, nothing.
I'm a happy customer. I don't know about you, but I'm a happy customer, man. They've been great.
Not only am I a happy customer, if this ends up being an actual dragon on dragon, squad on squad fight, I am standing right next to Hustleman Matt in this, and we ready to throw some bows. Like, I am ready for this. That is how fired up I am because of that diss track. Let's go. Like, they don't understand. Like, TitanX is sitting there with their noses up in the air. this and that and this and that. Like all those insurance agents and insurance brokers over there, like they don't understand. And I've said this off screen, and I guess we're saying it on screen, right? Drippers, we got bodies and records on us, right? Like it's not even a contest. Like, why would you pick on the crazy? Like, why would you start a fight with the craziest bunch of crypto community out there, right? Like, it's like you're stupid. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you even do that.
I definitely wouldn't.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't. It's like going into the prison yard and fighting with the craziest killer on the yard, right? You just don't do that.
No,
right?
but let's talk about this coin, this term that you just coined right now, TitanX. Did you just come up with that right now?
Well, listen, Uncle Rick would love to take credit for everything, but I'm pretty sure I saw it. Somebody mentioned it in the Telegram chat. I don't know who it was. So whoever it was, props to you. I wish I could take credit for it, but you know what? I'm going to take credit for it. I'm just going to do it.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening. It's kind of what's happening right now.
No, I'm just kidding. Somebody else came up with it in the Telegram chat. It was a great term, and that's exactly what has happened. You've seen a lot of TitanX people come over to DripX. Listen, people want to make money, so they're going to go where they want to go to make money. Jake from State Farm turned this into a personal feelings, emotions issue, right? There was no problem until his feelings got hurt and he got all butt hurt and he got all up in his feelings and his container of ice cream and his Alanis Morissette CD, and he's sitting there crying over the fact that DripX is on fire and it's trending on Deck Screener and all this other stuff. Like seriously, there was no issue until then. But then you go and start an issue with a developer that can lay a diss track like that. Are you kidding me? And then
he didn't know.
I'm willing to bet that our developer can kick the ass of Jake from State Farm. Like, so what are you doing? Like, what is the point here? I don't get it. I mean,
it's really nothing personal. It really is not. If you are AT&T, okay, and you see a better deal going on in Verizon, you're going to go to Verizon. It's absolutely nothing personal against AT&T. You're just going to where the better deal is. And right now, the better deal is in DripX. I mean, until TitanX comes out with something new, it is what it is. People are going to look at DripX.
Is a jolted lover whose ex just left him for the young hot yoga instructor, and he's sitting back there and he's crying. Oh, the hot yoga instructor. Well, the IQ level is not that great. Well, she wears the wrong perfume. She doesn't drive a great car. Shut up, man. Just shut up. Just focus on your community. Build it back up to the incredible community it was a couple months ago. Make your profits over there. Leave the drippers alone, because you're dealing with the craziest bunch of MFers that I've ever seen in the DeFi crypto space.
Yeah. Another episode of Tell Me How You Really Feel, Rick. Love it.
And it's so funny, as you were saying that, I noticed that there was a State Farm commercial playing like right behind me on my TV. So that was pretty funny.
That is awesome. I mean, that's just a perfect way.
Yeah. No, this is good. So it's competition.
KK,
and net we're saying it's healthy.
Dude, show them the tweet.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
The tweet.
Oh God, this is
where would AMD be if it wasn't for NVIDIA? Okay, where would any computer software company be without that competition? Okay, that competition is good. It may not feel good for the ones who are being competed against, but overall, it's going to lead to innovation. It's going to lead to evolution. It's going to lead to greater benefit and innovation in the crypto space. I have no doubt about it.
They have, TitanX, by all accounts, had a fantastic community, and everybody was making tons of money, right? Tons of money. And then what happened, right? Inflation. Well, hey, guess what? We learned from their mistakes. We tweaked that in DripX, and we're not going to have the same inflation issues. And then what else happened? Killed the stakers with DragonX. Well, guess what? DripX isn't doing that. We've learned from them. We're building a better platform because of their mistakes. So Jake, who is, a smart man by all accounts, except when he gets into his feelings, can come back with something even better. And that goes back to your point, Mike, of competition. It can make you better. It can bring out more innovation. It can make it better for everybody involved. Instead of getting into your feelings and freaking doing an episode of Oprah or something, like, come on now.
Did you guys have you guys seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes.
If you have not seen that movie, I mean, incredible piece of film right there. I highly recommend it, guys. Film Ford versus Ferrari. It basically retells the true story of back in the 60s. Ford was trying to compete against Ferrari in the 24-hour of Le Mans race that Ferrari had absolutely dominated every single year. So what did Ford do? They took a project that they thought was absolutely impossible. They innovated, they invented, they improvised, they pulled every single trick out of their hat. And after failing their first 2 years at Le Mans, finally, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth try after, they completely dominated Ferrari in the 24-hour of Le Mans. So
you just spoiled the movie for everybody, Mike.
I'm sorry. It's just history, man. It's history. You can look it up, Google it.
Yes.
But it just really shows how the underdog really has the potential to overcome all obstacles if they really want it enough. And I think DripX, they really want it. I mean, DripX community itself, the Drip community, really wants a win. And I think that this is the perfect dev team to do it for us, man.
Yes.
They are firing on all cylinders right now.
Yes.
No, I agree. I think we're locked in. And then, kind of wrapping up this Jake point, this is probably where he should have started, because we clearly said that DripX drew inspiration from TitanX, and that's a form of flattery and admiration. Right? When you draw inspiration from a pre-existing protocol, but somehow he took it as a shot. So here's what he probably should have led with, but he didn't, because he realized he was getting backlash from the DripX community, and we're just relentless. So on screen, you'll see where he says, one of the ways people try to get attention today is by screaming at someone that it is relevant and has attention to try and get them to respond / start drama. We didn't start, right? Response equals attention. Ignore, mute, block, go back to more productive things. Golden advice. And of course, this guy named Drip to Wealth said, that should have been your first move, Jake. Just keep building. You have a great project, team, and community. There was no need to poke the bear. The Drip Win team never made a negative comment about TitanX. In fact, they were inspired by it. It shows flattery and admiration. Now they have to respond. Peace and prosperity.
And
Let's
how
go.
we respond with success, man. With success and innovation. That's how we respond.
They're acting like TitanX just was just his brainchild, as if he wasn't inspired by other platforms as well. Like, that's the hypocrisy of all of this. That's what irritates my soul, right?
He had to have drawn inspiration from Hex for sure, right? Because Hex has got a staking model that's been around for a number of years. So, and he was part of that community as well. So my guess is he drew inspiration from Hex. And what's odd about that is he also received backlash from Hexagon when he went out to build his own project. And my guess is they didn't appreciate the backlash from people who at one point in time considered community members, maybe even some friends. But the moment that someone does something very similar to you, aka draw inspiration from TitanX and build something maybe a bit more improved, your first instinct is to attack. What do they call that term in real life?
Butthurt.
Yeah, I was going to be more PC and just say hypocritical. But butthurt works too. That works too, Uncle Rick.
Yeah.
That works too. Oh my goodness. TitanX, DripX. Let's not get it twisted. We want both communities to be extremely successful.
Absolutely.
We just don't want people poking the bear. That's all. You know,
Just leave
do
us
what works
alone.
for you guys, and we'll do the same thing.
Just leave
but
us
success
alone.
to both communities. Yeah, for sure.
Just leave us alone. Let us do our thing. We're not even on the same blockchain, but it's the balance here, right? You got
Yes.
the nice guy, you got the extreme guy, and then you got the spicy one in the middle.
Yeah, man. Look, the saying goes, you catch more bees with honey rather than vinegar. Okay.
Yes.
You know, sometimes being nice and just kind of, you know, playing the nice game, that will pay off more than likely, you know. And like KK said, we want both of these protocols to succeed. There is room for two in the crypto space. Shit, there's room for 100 successful platforms in the crypto space. We don't want one to be more successful than the other. It really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we are all on the same team, and that team is the crypto team. You know, we want everyone to succeed here.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but I got a saying as well. You know, you've probably heard of that saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But my saying is, when life gives you lemons, you chuck those lemons at that son of a, and you go from there. That's my saying. All right.
Another episode of Tell Me How You Feel, Uncle Rick. That is going to be an episode. That's kind of like what we're going back to. Oh my God, I can't think of it. You just came up with it a couple of weeks ago. It's like the what the fudge. What do we call it?
WTF?
Yes. Yeah.
Which you got off the hook this week, because my WTF diss segment would have been on the post that you did. And now that you got me thinking about it, I'm getting heated and fired up again. I feel my heart's racing. I got sweat coming down my forehead. Like, man, damn, KK, for what
and you're gonna keep it to yourself.
Gonna save that fire for the next one.
I'll save it for the next WTS diss that we do.
So remember what Mike said at the beginning: like, subscribe, turn on your bell notification. Sounds like you don't want to miss this one. Uncle Rick's got a heater for you.
Yo, this has been a great episode, man. I'm so excited to be a part of this and to see this go onto YouTube. This has been so much fun.
I don't even remember what the hell we talked about, but I had a great time.
Make sure you do your own research and check out DripX. Play the long game. Start with miners, move your profits and maybe a significant amount of your miners over to staking to earn BNB. We're expecting it to trend anywhere between $600 to as much as $1,000. That is a leverage play that can earn you passive income every 8 days plus. Don't miss this ride to the moon. Make sure you're doing research. Mike, Crypto Cuban, anything else for him?
I'm out, man. That was a great outro right there. Absolutely. Do not miss the bus. Do not miss the train on DripX, guys. This is only 6 days in. 6 days in. There is still so much time to get into this platform. So much that this platform has yet to show. So many surprises, so many things that it's going to dish out to its community that are bullish. You definitely want to get in on this project. Of course, this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors, but risk capital only. DripX is going to be a very exciting protocol within the next few months, guys. You do not want to miss this train.
Uncle Rick, what you got for him?
Dude, I'm about to go listen to Defi Deez song again because it's stuck in my head. In fact, I think that's a suitable way to close my day today, is listen to that jam.
Love it. All right, everybody, like, subscribe, bell notifications. We will see you next week. Peace, prosperity. Stay hydrated. We out.